Hey, what's up? Welcome to episode 228 of the Bench Podcast. On today's show, we're getting to Angels' top 10 free agency fits.
Yeah, a lot of movement in the league. Wideouts, linemen. It's a lot of new faces in new places. A lot of impact players.
Let's do it. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Bench Podcast. My name is Joey. Joined as always by my brother and co-host Angel. What's up, big dog?
Good. Trying to catch up on all these signings. A lot of smaller names that are depth chart guys, like Broncos. But a bunch of small. I'm trying to catch up on all these guys. And then Najee Harris and Evan Engram and all these kind of guys.
Andrew at producer's desk. On today's show, we are going to get into Angels' top 10 fits after free agency. His top 10 guys that you like, where they ended up.
Yeah, it's via trade or free agency. A lot of movement there because a lot of trades. A lot of quarterback trades, a lot of wideout trade, lineman trades. So, yeah, and then free agency, obviously, one of the bigger parts of the offseason because some money was handed out. Bags, droves of money.
For sure. If you're new to the YouTube channel, welcome.
Hi.
If you're listening to us on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, thanks for joining the audio version of the podcast. Brought to you, of course, by the Fans First Sports Network. Go check out benchshow.com, home of the Bench Beat, articles on fantasy fandom and all things NFL.
Yeah.
And then check us out on social medias at Bench Show for all of us there. Without further ado, let's get into Angels' top 10 free agency fits. Let's do it. This segment is brought to you by Dad Gang Hats. Dad Gang makes the highest quality hats in the apparel industry because they use premium materials, pay close attention to detail, and prioritize durability and comfort. With so many styles, colors, and designs, they absolutely have the right hat for you and the dad in your life. Use code BENCHED76826. That's BENCHD 76826 for 15% off your first purchase. Shop Dad Gang Hats, quality hats for quality dads. Okay, we are back on this free agency fallout show, recapping some of the bigger things that happened this week in free agency as the landscape of the NFL shifts right before our very eyes. And it kind of even is it's a good official start to draft season because now the needs of teams crystallize, the identities of teams kind of, we just went through a host of our favorite signings and different stuff like that, and just teams are different now.
Yeah, way different.
The Titans' their needs are completely different. The Raiders' needs are completely different.
The Patriots are different.
The Patriots and these top teams, their needs are completely different from what they were a week ago.
Yeah.
And so let's get into it. Top fits. Who's your number 10?
Yeah, number 10, just signed actually today, so when you're listening to this yesterday, tight end Evan Engram to the Denver Broncos. There's just a team that needed another weapon besides Cortland Sutton. This is a team that made the playoffs year one and kind of got exposed because they didn't have enough weapons to keep up with Josh Allen, even though it's Josh Allen. It's hard to keep up with him anyway. But still, they need another weapon. Evan Engram is a solid tight end. He's not going to be the best in the league, but he's solid. He's a very good tight end.
It's hard not to think of Jimmy Graham when you think of Evan Engram in a Sean Payton offense.
Yeah, and also that fit. Sean Payton has been, for the last 2 years, has been saying, I need a joker for my offense. Joker meaning like I need a playmaker who I could put at the H-back, at the tight end, in the slot. And Evan Engram, he's been a good athlete since he got drafted. That's why he got drafted.
Yeah, he's just on the Giants.
And then now he kind of found his spot as like a pass-catching tight end. Obviously, Doug Peterson kind of just bottom redid his entire career there in Jacksonville, and now gets put in a situation where there's a head coach who's been proven I can make players better than what they are, especially at tight end. Like he's one of the better play callers. Yeah, play designers, I should say. So yeah, there's a good fit.
Any chance Evan Engram leads the Broncos in targets this year?
He might.
A strong possibility.
He might.
I mean, they're not done yet. They could have done a receiver that kind of shift this, but
yeah, Sutton was our guy last year, and then we kind of spread it out. We had no tight end play last year, no running back play last year, so
I think Ingram's on the verge for a monster.
Yeah, monster year.
Number 9, we got.
Number 9 is a new Raiders quarterback, Geno Smith. It just puts him in a different realm of team now. Like you're not
okay.
What this does too is like it opens you up for the draft. Like you don't have to pick a quarterback. You could go pick Mason Graham. You can go pick Ashton Genty. You can go pick all these blue chip players. Because last year, I was telling Andrew this, you picked best available, and it worked out. Brock Bowers is probably one of the top 2, top 3 tight end, if not the top 1 best tight end in the league, and that works because like if you're a team that was as bad as the Raiders, you just need players, just stars, and this opens you up. No matter what you think of Geno, to me, he's like an average quarterback, so it gives you a little bit of a bridge here to be like, we can wait maybe because people aren't high on this year's quarterback draft class. Yeah. Next year is the what's his name? Archie Manning. Arch Manning draft. So maybe it just gives you time.
I think you better hope and pray that none of these quarterbacks pop. Cam Ward, you get the pass because you wouldn't have got a chance to him anyway. I don't think. I think he's going number one with the Titans. Yeah. But you better hope that Shedeur Sanders isn't very good.
Or that he's drafted before you pick, so you have to pick him.
You better hope that none of these quarterbacks that you could have had for, I mean, literally $100,000 or $100 million less doesn't pop off because you went out and got Geno Smith, which, I mean, you did get better, but did you get good enough? It was like, what really are your aspirations with Geno Smith? Just to be good enough to compete? Because that's what we saw in with the Seahawks, and your roster isn't close to being what the Seahawks were at their peak with Geno Smith.
I think it's a step in the right direction. I don't think they're a playoff team, but I think they're better than they're gonna be. They're gonna be a good team.
I just think with quarterback, there's not incremental steps. It's not like, okay, we got better, so that one day we can take another step and get better. It's like, no, it's like you go for the quarterback that can win you a Super Bowl. If you don't have that guy, you move on and look for that guy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, so Geno Smith, I feel like maybe they feel differently. I know Derek does here on the show, but he's not that guy.
Yeah, he's hard to read, but no. I put this on at number 9 because they have had he's probably the best quarterback they've had since Rich Gannon.
They're going to be so much better. I'm not saying
so much better.
They're going to be way better than they've been. This is the best quarterback they've had since
Rich
prime Derek Carr.
I don't know.
Or Derek Carr. Sorry, Derek Carr that 1 year before his back went out. Yeah, that was pretty.
This is the best guy they've had since then. So it's I'm sure Andrew will definitely let you in on this in a second, but it's for sure like a breath of fresh air for Raider fans. Like, thank God.
Yeah, you have someone who's not a freaking retard at. Or, sorry.
You said it. It's okay.
It's okay. It's not.
It's pronounced retard.
Yeah. Well, last year they had Desmond Ridder. They had Gardner-Minshew. They had all these guys who I like Minshew, but the head coach was bad, and it was just a bad situation for quarterbacks. It was a no-win situation. Like the roster's bad, the head coach sucks. How are you supposed to win in that environment?
Right. So, Andrew, how does this Geno Smith signing fall for you?
Yeah, I like it for the time being. I don't think they're doing it to just. They're doing it to win now move for sure, but I think if they still draft a quarterback, which I think they do, I think it'll be a good situation where you have Geno Smith starting, allow the young quarterback to learn, get used to it, and then they're still building around what they have on that offense. They got Brock Bowers. I think they add another running back or wide receiver in the first round. Yeah, keep building that offense, and I think it's a good move. It's a good move. Will Geno be? He's not. I don't think he's the guy by any means. I don't think it'll.
Maybe Jackson Dart. They're at
Jackson Dart. Maybe
if they fall. Maybe Jalen Milroe.
Yeah, I heard today. Who was it?
I kind of like Jalen.
I heard Dan Orlovsky say there's not a chance Jackson Dart is getting out of the first round anymore.
Jalen Milroe. Yeah, his stock is zooming.
He's way up there. So is
Jalen Milroe would be. I actually like that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very pretty low.
The project guy.
That's a pretty low.
It's a project.
But now you have time with Geno Smith.
Yeah, exactly.
Low chance of him being the guy. Too,
I think the Raiders they're actually having a very smart offseason so far.
What happens when you have a professional head coach in the building?
But now you're in you talk about next year's draft. Like, well, with Geno Smith, you're going to be just good enough to not be able to get any of those guys. Yeah. Like, you're not in the Archie Manning running anymore. Geno Smith's going to be good enough you're going to be close to 500. It's not just over.
To me, this will all fall down to who, if they get a quarterback this year in the draft, who they get and can they pan out. And second, just overall, like Angel said, I think they need to go best player available, keep building that team around. I don't care what anybody says, that defense has potential to be top 10.
Yeah, this does a lot. Yeah, this is a lot for the team, for the Raiders.
Do you think, another guy we liked here, and now the contracts have come out, I much rather have Justin Fields here for 2 years, $40 million.
Yeah.
Like, that way, because if he pops off and he's the guy, then boom, you have a franchise quarterback, with a very high ceiling. If he doesn't, and he sucks,
then it's not a big deal. Yeah.
Then you can go draft a quarterback early.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't know. I don't love this move, but we were talking about Seahawks before the show. One thing about the Raider fans going to learn about Pete Carroll is sometimes he does stuff and you're just like, what?
No, but I think according
mad scientist
to the list is just all about best fits. Yeah. I think Geno Smith will play well in this.
That's fair. Yeah, it's a good fit.
Yeah.
It makes
that being
sense.
said, they're going to be so much better. Like, Raider football is going to be so much more fun to watch. What else you got?
And number 8, new New England Patriots defensive end, Milton Williams. It just, I honestly think that he has room to grow. Because he hasn't even played the full allotment of snaps.
Does Vrabel play a 4-3 or 4-3-4?
3-4. So he's
Okay,
a
so he
3-4 end, and we haven't seen the best of him. I honestly think that because he wasn't a full-time starter.
Yeah.
And what we did saw in the Super Bowl was just him and Jalen Carter. I'm not saying it's Jalen Carter because Jalen Carter is one of the best players in the NFC and in the NFL. But you can see I could see him even getting better this year under a good defensive-minded head coach who.
Yeah.
I'm telling it's a good fit and it's a good culture setter. It's a good tone. I'm sorry. It's a good tone set. We're gonna get good up front. We're gonna pay for a guy who we think could get better, or if not, he's still probably the third best player on that whole defense now. So it's good to get that guy on that defense.
Yeah, I like to me it's a gamble. To me it's much more of a gamble than I think a lot of people are seeing it, because that is the optimistic side. This guy, what if he plays the second half of snaps, he's going to go through the roof, because he had, I think, a 17% rush rate, which is incredible. If he could sustain that, or just maybe have it not drip below 15%, then he's going to be one of the top D tackles in the league.
Yep.
But you are paying him like a top 5
to
D
be
tackle
the star
in the league.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. You have a rookie quarterback, so I'm okay with the gamble. I'm okay with it. But I'm just saying, there's also another side of this where he's now not as fresh, and not just be able to just go and pin his ears back and go rush the quarterback. He was like a pass rushing D tackle for the Eagles, and it's basically Javon Hargrave all over again. And so I think to me, this is a gamble, but I do love the fit.
Yeah.
And I trust Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, Vrabel's and also a big part of this is Vrabel. Having him coached by Vrabel's just about the same head coaching prowess or coaching prowess as a Vic Fangio, who they're both are good at running defenses.
Yeah, good for Milton Williams.
Yeah, at number 7 here, Chris Godwin. I think if you have a Chris Godwin with the Bucs, that division is very winnable. And I think if you have a duo like Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, you don't break it up. If it's not broke, don't fix it. I think adding or keeping Godwin there with Mike Williams keeps you in the realm of we could make the playoffs very easily. Because last year, remember, they had to readjust because they didn't have Chris Godwin, and they did just fine. But football players and football fans know how good Chris Godwin is, how good he's next to Mike Williams.
Yeah, I think it's a win-win. I think he feels like a lifetime Buck to me.
Yeah.
But I mean, what does he get? That's a per year of 22, 23?
Yeah, well,
21, something like that.
Yeah, 22.
22. Yeah, I mean, that's if he's the receiver that he was last year.
Yeah.
That's an amazing deal.
Yeah.
DK Metcalf's getting paid what,
33
million.
Yeah.
You're telling me you're getting Chris Godwin for $13 million less a year? That's a huge bargain.
Yeah, and then
not to mention someone to take over when Mike Evans does finally hang up.
Yeah, and it's a fit because you've seen him and Mike Evans do the 1-2 punch, do the Batman Robin for nearly 7-8 years.
You've seen him work with the alpha receiver. You've seen him work with the quarterback.
Yeah, it's just a good way to keep now they have next year Mike Evans healthy, or Mike Evans being Mike Evans, Chris Godwin healthy again, Bucky Irving who came on last year,
Jalen McMillan, the rookie.
Then you have K. Dotton who showed that he could be more than what people think. Yeah, it's you're keeping your weapons for Baker Mayfield.
I like
so
it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then number 6 now is cornerback Carlton Davis. I love Carlton Davis, especially I liked him as a number 2 opposite Christian Gonzalez.
Yeah.
I like this more than Milton Williams because now you become elite at a position. Christian Gonzalez and Carlton Davis now become. It's hard to. It's gonna be hard.
Mention the third one too. Marcus Jones.
It's gonna be hard to find a secondary, especially those cornerbacks that's as deep as New England and has the potential to be we can lock down guys. And you have to face. Remember, and in the AFC, Chase Brown and T Higgins at some point.
Chase.
Chase Brown.
Well, Chase Brown too.
Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Yep. There's guys in that in the AFC. We have to shut down 2 good wideouts.
Keon Coleman and Josh Palmer.
Yeah, 100%.
The Bills are just not doing.
No, but that's
I agree with you.
It makes you elite. Anytime you could become elite at a position, that's great. And I'm good for this team too, because Vrabel. He's we like him in Milton. We like Milton Williams there, but Vrabel's never had this type of talent at corner ever, even when he was with Tennessee. He's never had a Christian Gonzalez who legitimately could be next year like the best cornerback in football.
Yeah, right behind Quinyon Mitchell.
Right behind Patrick Surtain.
Debatable.
Yeah, okay.
But
yeah, so it's just a good fit.
It's a great fit.
Yeah, it's
a great fit, and honestly, we're gonna be excited. I could already tell the momentum for the Patriots is building in this room. I don't know what people feel like out of this room, but I tell you, this will. I mean, I think it's the flag. We put up a giant Patriots flag a couple weeks ago. Ever since then, go Pats.
It's just a good fit. He's only 28. He's not as old as people think. He has a couple more years of prime time of prime. Carlton Davis left.
That defense is
they rebuilt it so fast. Do you have a depth chart you could pull up? I just want to see it as a whole now.
Yeah.
Because last year Juwan Bentley's nice. Now
Juwan Bentley's nice.
To that.
Robert Spillane, and then up front,
Keon Jones.
Keon Jones.
If you haven't seen him, he's an absolute monster. He reminds me of James Harrison.
And then Barmore has been there for a while. He's
Christian
a nice.
Barmore,
Yeah, they have. And last year, that's why when their former head coach Gerard Mayo said they're weak. Like, no, bro, you're weak. This is a good roster. You still know.
Looking at Keon White, is that his name?
Yeah, Keon White.
Yeah.
You still know how to use this roster, bro.
Yeah.
Watch. That's how you'll know he's wrong. Watch Mike Vrabel come in there. They're a top 5 unit, and this is how you use a roster.
I think there's almost no chance they're not a top 10 unit.
Yeah,
and I would be pretty confident saying top 5
because Vrabel has done more with less.
Yeah.
Like in these last 2 years of Tennessee when they didn't have when they were on the tail end of it, they still had a tough freaking defense, and they're still winning football games. So,
love it, love the fit, love the team.
Okay, let's get into our top 5 here. At number 5, Jonathan Allen, Minnesota Vikings.
Let's get into this.
Let's get into Jonathan Allen and Minnesota Vikings. So Minnesota, they had
about the Commanders first?
They had a top 3. Oh, we already talked about the Commanders. That's done. That they let him go.
Tough move.
Jonathan Allen on this top 3 defensive team already. It's just incredible. Like honestly, you don't even need Jonathan Allen. You were already a top unit without Jonathan Allen.
Yeah.
Now you add Jonathan Allen, who last year was hurt, but still was the best player on the Commanders defense.
Yeah, and he's also he's one of those guys that's more than just a great player. He is a whole attitude.
He's a locker room leader.
He's a whole we have an absolute animal.
Yeah.
At D tackle.
Yep.
We on the toughness scale, we're up there with anyone, and the Vikings need that.
Yeah. Yeah. So look like now they're front 7: Jonathan Allen, Harrison Phillips, Javon Hargrave. Jesus. Just those 3.
Jonathan Grenier had 15 sacks last year.
And then Van Ginkel had a career year last year. And they it's just this front 7 now is this is also a response to the Chicago Bears getting a better offensive line, and the Lions gonna get. Already having a good line. So if I can say, you know what, we're gonna have a pretty good defensive line too.
NFC North is screwed.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough because Jonathan Allen on that top 3 defenses is incredible, and Jonathan Allen it's just a great fit for a team that didn't even need him.
It's mid-March, so obviously don't feel too tied to this prediction.
Yeah.
But rank this division real quick. After free agency.
Oh, Lions are number 1.
Oof.
Lions are number 1.
Okay.
I'll take Minnesota 2, Green Bay 3, and Bears 4.
I'll take Minnesota 1. I'll take Lions number 2. I'll take Bears 3. And I'll take.
I gotta see if Caleb Williams first.
The Pack Attack 4.
But
they're all great though.
It's a good division.
Yeah. They're all great. You want to rank it real quick?
Yeah, I think I got Minnesota Vikings 1. I got. Honestly, I'll take it. I'll go throw a dart in the.
Don't do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't do it. Just because it's on your dynasty team, don't do it.
Okay, all right.
He's about to put the Bears there.
No,
if that's what you believe.
No, honestly, the Bears have a good roster.
No,
they got a lot better.
I think. Sorry, not Vikings first. I got Lions first, Vikings second.
Okay.
I have the same one as you. Bears 3 and then Packers 4.
Damn, Packers.
They all might have 10 wins next year.
Yeah,
they might split every.
Yeah, not saying Packers are a bad team.
They might split every game next year, and the 4 guys has 10 wins.
I still think this is one of the toughest divisions.
Oh yeah,
number 4.
Wide receiver DK Metcalf. They've been trying to get
the fit.
I like the fit.
Interesting.
Even though they don't have a quarterback. Look, sometimes you just make moves to make your roster better. This is already a good roster. Pittsburgh always has a good roster. I think DK Metcalf adding him. If they extend Pickens, we'll see. But this year, if they keep Pickens, DK Metcalf and George Pickens, makes it very easy for a quarterback to be good.
Yeah.
Makes it very easy for you to throw the ball downfield, and you have these 2 kind of alpha wideouts. Just kind of, Pickens more of a high point guy, and Metcalf kind of he's not much of a high point guy. He's more of just a I don't know.
Like AJ Brown.
Yeah,
AJ Brown's like uses that big body, but it doesn't go up and get the ball.
Yeah,
he rarely leaves his feet.
But either way, he can do it. So like I think, and like I said with the Lions with the Patriots adding Carlton Davis, it's the same way. Like when you become elite at a wideout position, and you just do it, and we'll figure out quarterback later.
Yeah,
I just like it that it makes it more appealing for a quarterback. And this obviously might not be their year to get quarterback, but like next year, Pickens is still gonna be you'll be 24 next year after next season. So you pay him, and then maybe they're in the whoever comes available next year or via the draft or free agency. Like it's a very nice landing spot. It gives you. I just like it for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it's a way like Metcalf. Like prime Deontay Johnson is not good as prime right now. DK Metcalf.
Prime Deontay Johnson
because they got rid of Deontay Johnson and they replaced him with George Pickens, which is an upgrade. He's still no. They got rid of Deontay Johnson and replaced him with DK Metcalf. I would take DK Metcalf over
prime Deontay Johnson.
Yeah,
I
definitely would.
I think
that's pretty close though.
It's close.
But I think Metcalf has a higher upside.
Guy.
He has a higher upside.
Body type.
Yeah, I like this a lot.
I love the talent. I actually don't love the fit. Like what you barely could do anything with George Pickens. You're gonna. I don't like the fit because Arthur Smith is the most boring offensive coordinator in the league, and now he's on the team that's the most boring offense in the league.
You know what's funny is that like
this, it's just nothing about this team gives me confidence of like, oh, these guys are about to go off.
Yeah.
I saw a tweet that, like Arthur Smith has had some of the greatest wideouts in the NFL.
He has. I mean, there's the guy Arthur Smith who had a stacked team in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And he couldn't do it. I don't believe in the Steelers' ability to maximize these guys, and they don't have a quarterback yet. I think I get it. Add the talent, cool. I just don't trust in this team to like. To me, this is very close. Like it's like the Ravens. Like if the Ravens would have landed some big receiver, it would have been like well.
But DK Metcalf, I just like that he's on this team. It makes it better. Like they're better now that they have DK Metcalf, and they're already a good football team last year.
They are. I guess my point is you could probably get the same production that you're going to get from DK Metcalf from a much cheaper receiver because you're not going to use DK Metcalf the way you should.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just...
Makes sense.
Anyways, I don't know. Who else got?
Okay, so number 3 is cornerback DJ Reed for the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, love it.
I think, as much as I like Carlton Davis, he doesn't have the ability to be a true number one. I shouldn't say that. He's a good corner. It's not about Carlton Davis. It's about DJ Reed and about how this Lions team, in the course of 2 years, has gone from absolutely no talent at cornerback to like
AKA Cam Sutton.
DJ Reed might be at some point he'll have moments where like this is the best corner in the league.
We'll see. He's gonna have a chance to.
Like it's just a good fit for a team that like one last year was just tore up as far as injuries.
Right. Yeah.
So you add him to this team with Terran Arnold,
Ennis Rakestraw,
Amik Robinson. So you've already elevated just in 2 years your cornerback room in crazy ways. Also, you got him for way less than you had than Carlton Davis, money wise.
And I would rather have DJ Reed.
And I had DJ Reed than Carlton Davis.
DJ Reed was the best cornerback in for the Jets. Like he's much better than Sauce Gardner. Sauce Gardner got that rookie of the year award, but he has not been good since. Like he's an unwilling tackler. He's a limited guy, but he got all the shine, and so DJ Reed didn't get the flowers. And I think DJ Reed is, for sure.
This is such a good fit, and for a team that's going to be in the playoffs. We think for the foreseeable future, this is just a fantastic
if they
fit.
stay healthy, look at that secondary.
Yeah, that secondary is
those two safeties there are just incredible.
Kirk Robinson led the NFL in picks last year.
9 picks, right? And Brian Branch is jack of all trades.
So good.
You do everything. So it's just a great fit.
Really good.
Yeah. Number 2 is offensive guard Joe Thuney. Just what it represents to the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
Like it's a rebrand of what they were last year. So yesterday I was watching. There's a channel that I follow that follows like skill players. So I was watching Rome Odunze, like all of his targets.
Yeah.
And I was watching it actually with Gabe, and I was like, this obviously is just a mess.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just represents like new head coach, new All Pro, offensive guard, and an emphasis on signing other linemen.
Yeah.
Represents like a new future for Caleb Williams. This is more tied to Caleb Williams. Like this means Caleb Williams will now have a shot to be what we think he's going to be.
Right.
What we thought we would be is like a generational talent. Yeah, it's just a great fit for a team that needed it. And wherever he's gone, he's been good, Thuney. He's been an all-pro guard. So I think this
He's
just
played with some great teams.
this is just a good fit on a team that we think is gonna be way better than what they were last year.
Yeah.
And it seems not the offense is not talented. DJ Moore is a legit.
That's never been their problem.
Yeah, they just haven't had the right play caller, head coach / quarterback / lineman. They've seemed to solve that. We think in 2 years. Draft Caleb Williams, you get Ben Johnson, and you make an emphasis on the offensive line.
Imagine this offense with an elite running back.
You mean like Ashton Jennings?
Like Ashton, I'm saying, and they're ain't done because they pick number 10, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of where you can pick, a running back like a Genti.
I think this Ben Johnson coming in and doing this officially starts the clock on Caleb Williams. I think he got a pass last year because the O-line was kind of the focus, how terrible they were. Even though if you watch highlights, a lot of this is Caleb Williams just holding the ball way too damn long. So, but I think this, no more excuses, bro. You have a good offense line ahead of you. You've always had the weapons. DeAndre Swift may not be a star, but you still have a good running back.
Yeah, he's good.
So, I mean, I think this just starts the clock on the excuses for Caleb Williams. Love the fit, and I love what you said. It's about the direction that this signifies.
We're going to be a good team. And, and Caleb, now it's on you to be good.
For sure.
I'm giving you the weapons. Last year, your offensive line sucked. We fixed the O-line. So now it's on you. Let's start.
In your first year, you got the weapons. In your second year, you got the O-line.
Yeah.
And you've always had the defense.
And now
time to win, buddy.
It seems like now you have a little of both. You lost Keenan Allen, but how effective was Keenan Allen last year? So that was
an upgrade.
That was more of a name than it was actual impact player.
Right.
So it's just
who's your number one?
Wide receiver Davante Adams. That's my number one impact player.
Yeah.
For the Rams. Remember, this team was the closest one to beat Philly. You watching that game, you start to wonder if it didn't snow and they couldn't pass the ball, what could have happened?
Careful.
Could the Rams? They were good and they were passing on this Philadelphia team, and I think he's better than Cooper Kupp is right now. So in the playoffs, if you have Cooper Kupp, not Cooper Kupp. If you have Davante Adams and Puka Nacua, who I think is a top 3 wideout in the NFL with Stafford there, who's still doing his thing. They've kept this O-line good. Obviously, they signed they extended Jackson their left tackle, and they still have all their guys their offensive line. They still have Puka Nacua, Kyle Williams. What this does for the Rams keeps them in the if this team gets hot, they could win they could win the whole thing because their defense is good, and now their offense didn't take a step back; it took a step forward because you will take Davante Adams over a Cooper Kupp. Because last year when Davante Adams finally sailed into New York at 700 yards in the last 7 or 8 games, he killed. He was back to being old Davante Adams. So I think this is an big impact for a team that already was surprising many people about being in the playoffs, going toe to toe with the Eagles.
Yeah. I'll tell you right now, I'm picking the Rams to win this division. I'll make that call right now.
Yeah, it's a good team.
The defense has gotten better. The underrated bringing in Poona Ford, that's huge. Mm-hmm. You have Poona Ford, Brandon Fisk. Now, if you watch the Rams last year, they could not stop the run.
Yeah,
they couldn't do it. They didn't have the physicality. They didn't have the size down there in the middle. And I think getting Poona Ford, Brandon Fisk year 2, Jared Verse year 2, Brian Young. We know the defensive linemen. Great building blocks there. And then offense, adding Davante Adams, I think that's a problem.
It's a problem.
That's a problem because you have one of the smartest receivers also. This is going to be when he was in his prime with Aaron Rodgers, it was about more than, he's an incredible route runner. Yeah, he's obviously crazy gifted with his hands and his speed and all that. But they were on the same mental length and just were smarter than so many defenses and cornerback. You're going to get that same energy from a Stafford and Davante Adams pairing.
Yeah.
Think on a string.
Just those two together. Then you add Puka Nacua next to him.
Yeah, that's the problem with this team. You're not going to be able to focus on Davante Adams.
Exactly. This is why the Rams when they go not right. This is why the NFC team is so emphasized on getting cornerbacks because look, you have to go through Puka Nacua and Davante Adams. Who are you gonna double? All the other guy's gonna kill you.
Yeah, and all this in the hands of Sean McVay.
Yeah,
I think call him one of the best play callers in the NFL.
Yeah, Davante Adams just makes this offense better. It makes it better on a team that's besides Davante Adams and Stafford isn't old.
They rebuilt so quickly.
That's a young team. I know Havenstein's up there, but besides that, it's just this team is good and they still have a whole NFL draft, and we've seen how good they are at drafting.
Yeah.
So
all of a sudden, they're great draft.
What if they draft another effective player? What if they apply? It's
a crazy young team.
It's a good and then you have Jared Verse. You're like 2.
I mean, look at the roster. Just Davante Adams and Matt Stafford. Everyone else and Higbee, I guess.
Yeah,
is kind of older. Everyone else is pretty young.
Yeah, and then you have
that
Ty
being
Williams.
Said, I don't care if that's played on the moon. They're losing to the Eagles in that game. Easy.
Well,
Eagles had to play through those elements.
I'm just saying that they were pretty good against the Eagles. The Eagles have lost players.
They blew out everyone else.
No, yeah, I'm saying like the NFC Eagles lost players and other teams gained players. It's just like this keeps them in the conversation. Like, yeah, they could beat.
I need to figure out where you're at exactly. I feel like you're going real far with this. Where are the Rams in the NFC right now? Rank your top 5 teams in the NFC.
2 seed, 3 seed.
Jesus.
Dang.
I believe in this Rams
Davante
team.
Adams?
Well, they were good last year.
I see.
And last year they were like they're just all they're doing now is getting young players in year 2 or year 3 or year 4.
Do you like them better than the Vikings?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because of the quarterback.
Quarterback, yeah. It's different this year.
Trying to think of the other teams. Lions?
No, I wouldn't put them above Lions.
They play them well. This team. What's funny is it's like those teams, like the Lions, have ties to the Rams, and then the Vikings have ties to the Rams. Obviously, it's like they know how to play each other very well. I like this Rams team a lot.
Packers?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Bears.
Eagles,
yeah. Eagles. I have them
Okay,
as
you know
number.
what?
I have Eagles at number 1 seed. No. But I have them winning this division because we've praised the
They're
Seahawks.
going to run away with this division.
We've praised. Yeah, they're going to beat up on the Seahawks, and they're going to beat up on the Arizona Cardinals. And they're going to beat up on the Arizona Cardinals.
Yes.
So that's just what they do.
Yeah.
That's
the role that the
and
Cardinals
then the Niners are in a new era where we don't even know who the fuck's on their team.
Yeah, Brock Purdy, we know that.
We know Purdy for sure.
That's about it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they might stack up wins and get a number 2, 3 seed.
Solid list.
I can rock with that.
I'm telling you, man, this Rams team.
Top 3.
I should have been a Rams fan.
Yeah.
Any this is our second team.
If the Broncos didn't exist, I'd be Rams.
We're Angelinos. That's officially our second team.
Oh yeah.
Any fits stand out to you that weren't mentioned?
No, he covered most of them.
There's the Justin Fields one that you mentioned.
Yeah. That's not the one I'm going to say. Justin Fields, I think that's a great fan. It's a great opportunity for him.
Yeah.
We'll see. The one that I think is kind of low key. Have you looked at this Texans defense yet?
Oh,
bring up the Texans secondary. Yeah. I think the Eagles are getting all the headlines for the Chauncey Gardner-Johnson trade about losing him and talk. I think I could explain that, but that's not my point.
Mm-hmm.
The Texans gaining him.
Yeah,
look at this defense now.
Look at the secondary.
Look at the secondary. At one cornerback, Derek Stingley, one of the best cornerbacks in the game.
Yeah.
At the second, another young, Kamari Lassiter, who was fantastic in his rookie year.
Very good.
So now you have 2 lockdown corners. You get Petrie back, who is amazing. Got hurt last year, but so good. Caden Bullock's coming back. He was really good as a rookie.
Yeah.
And now you add Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
And then you had
just the secondary is like amazing.
And then you still have Jimmy Ward.
And Jimmy Ward's still back.
So like Gardner-Johnson can play a little nickel, play a little center field. Yeah, I mean,
and that's just the back end. You have Aziz Al-Shahir, who's an absolute criminal, playing linebacker, and then Christian Harris and Henry Toto, and then of course a really good D line.
Yeah, they're gonna need to stop some players. I don't know if Zava's gonna score a lot.
Dude, before we even move on,
let's just touch the offensive for the Texans here.
The Texans,
if we're gonna talk Texans, let's talk about the Texans.
The front office, what they're doing to this O-line, should be.
Well, I don't know if you've seen this. You see it reflected on this depth chart. It was reported their plan is they're gonna shift over Titus Howard to left tackle, and then kick right tackle.
Blake Fisher.
Blake Fisher was a rookie last year to right tackle. Then you have Lincoln Tomlinson, they signed to left guard.
They are determined to physically break.
We're gonna test him.
Let's test him year 3.
We're going to make sure he's worth the contract. Can you play with a battle line?
I love the Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. I'm going to readjust here. I love the Chauncey Gardner-Johnson addition. I love everything they're doing on defense, but they are just completely sacrificing their offensive line, which seems backwards.
And then now that offensive unit doesn't even look strong. Joe Mixon and Nico Collins, only guys that I kind of fear.
We like Christian Kirk,
but
he has to be healthy. But yeah,
healthy. Yeah, but like but fear though. Like you would fear Joe Mixon taking over a game. You'd fear Nico Collins going for 200 yards.
Yeah,
I'm not fearing Christian Kirk. I'm not scared of this offensive line that they could take over a game.
Offensive line, no. I think I like Christian Kirk more than you, especially if everyone's going to be Nico Collins on their side. But yeah, it's not DK Metcalf getting out of George Pickens.
Yeah, I just don't like the direction of this. Like, yeah, their offensive line was bad last year, and yes, you need to tear stuff down, but not your best option, not your staple. Left tackle Laremy Tunsil, who's been nothing but good since you got him.
Yeah,
and the fans, they were like, well, it was good we got rid of him because he got us a lot of flags. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, one of the most penalized tackles in
for sure,
but still your best lineman.
Still your best line, yeah. Dude.
And he was like top when we looked at it during the free agency show. Like top, he's a very highly ranked PFF,
a top 5 passing protection grade,
and like top 15 or 20 running
I don't
run
remember
blocks,
what,
but still
it was
like
a good grade, yeah.
Still like one of the elite tackles. And you gave him to another
so what
quarterback.
What I've been seeing this explained as, you had to pay him. He's 31, and you're gonna have to pay him soon. The penalties are a thing. Like, say what you will about how much that means to you. He is like one of the tackles that's just known for him and Juwan Johnson.
Yeah.
The other thing is, I heard this talked about, and this is straight from the head coach. This is a culture thing. He said he wanted to match the culture of the D line on the other side of the line of scrimmage and the O line.
So let's get Lincoln Tomlinson.
Maybe he was a pain in the ass in the locker room.
Maybe
He wasn't the leader that they wanted in that locker room. Because listen, the Houston Texans, since D'Amico Ryans has taken over, they have put a premium on leadership.
Well, because
Will Anderson was the pick.
Good thing they got CJ Gardner-Johnson. He's a real.
I thought he was incredibly for the Eagles this last year.
But still, like, either they hit it really well, but is Laremy Tunsil really that much of a headache?
Laken Thompson?
No. Is
Laremy Tunsil?
Like, is it
we'll
much of a
never
problem?
know, but
Yeah,
that's what he stated. Like, so I'm gonna go with him.
Yeah.
Like, if he was a real pain in the ass, and let's be honest, he's always been a little bit of a head case. If you ever heard him talk?
No.
You remember when he was drafted?
Yeah. Well, that was
draft day with the gas mask.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that, dog. Well, at the day,
it's wrong if it comes out in the draft day. It costs them millions.
Some ex got him good.
Seriously, he rebounded fine, but I don't know. I'm not defending the move, but I'm just saying, like, maybe there's some reasons here we're not seeing. That being said, I'm okay getting rid of him, but this can't be your plan. It can't be Titus Howard
and that
protecting the blind side of
now
CJ
you get
Stroud.
a first round pick for him. It's crazy.
A second and a fifth.
They got a second.
But like not
they
a
got
first,
a second, a third, and a fourth.
You would think a tackle like that, a tackle like that is not worth a first round pick.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like he's a. Remember what you think about him? He's a top 5 left tackle. Like that's not even like
You looking up
negotiable.
the draft conversation? I think it is second, third, and fourth because it's pretty much exactly what Christian McCaffrey went for.
There we go. Where is it here? Washington was sending 4 picks for Tunsil, a third and a 7th in exchange for a second and a 4th. Wait, no, I read that wrong.
They're getting a third and a 7th this year, and a 4th and a
second next year.
And a second next year.
Yeah.
So they're getting 4 picks for them, second, third, and 4th, and a 7th. I'm okay with that. A second, third, and a 4th? That's nice.
I need a first.
But it's not in this draft.
I would need a first. I would need a first for
Listen,
Tunsil.
another report that came out today was that the Texans shopped Laremy Tunsil, and people passed on him. Like, I don't know. I think Laremy Tunsil, I think he's a good tackle. He's not like a top 5 tackle.
Yeah, he is.
He's not a top 5 tackle. He's not even he's top. I looked at it. He's like the 4th best tackle in the division now.
In
the NFC East. There's no way he's top 5 in the league.
In the AFC South, you mean?
No, Lane Tunsil plays
you
in
mean
the NFC East now.
Oh, well, that's not fair. You play with a lot of good tackles. That's that Lane Johnson and
that's what I'm saying, though. Like, he's not that guy. He's barely that guy in his own division. So, like, to say he's that guy across the league, he's not even close. I think he's a little overrated. I really do. I think he's a little overrated.
But don't go like he's not even good. He was a very good left right tackle.
That was just to say, like, you can't, like, because I saw people on Twitter like, well, we got a top 5 tackle. No, you don't. No, you don't. You have a good tackle, but how can you be that good and you're just every year on the worst O-line in the NFL?
We've seen it. We've seen Joe Thomas was on a lot of bad teams, but he was always good.
That was not as bad as the Texans O-line. They had a good line. That's
Do
the only
you
thing they had
remember those Browns teams, those Browns offensive lines with Joe Thomas? It got like this. It's very possible for a good player to be on a bad offensive line, and he just
every year. Like, let me a great offensive
Here we
line.
Here we go. Here, top tackles.
What are we looking at?
These are top tackles. Top tackles in league according to Madden.
Get the fuck.
No. It's just listing tackles though. It's just in top tackles.
Okay.
Like, we should take him or Trent Williams.
Trent Williams, not even close.
Him or Tristan Wirfs.
Tristan Wirfs, not even close.
Him or Jordan Mailata.
Yep.
Okay.
Him or Rashad Slater. Him or Christian Darrisaw.
Yep.
I don't know if I'd take him.
That's where
Darrisaw?
that's where I stop. It
No,
right there.
actually, okay, but Darrisaw's younger.
And then
Darrisaw's
the rest of
very
them
good.
are like it's like Taron Armstead, Ronnie Stanley, Garrett Bowles are like a tier B kind of
Are
tackle.
these just left tackles? These are just left tackles.
No,
We're still got half the field here.
he's left tackle.
Yeah, I'm just comparing left
Your
tackle.
top 5 left tackle.
Okay.
I don't know why you hate him so
Now we're
much.
doing left tackles.
He's a left tackle.
He makes that Washington. This is the only thing I like about Washington is this right here. That's a very good.
Yeah.
He now makes that offensive line tremendously better, and also they need. This is a response too. Last year they got bullied by the Eagles defensive line. They need a response, and they made one.
Yeah.
But
I
all this to
too
say
concerned about Laremy Tunsil.
all this is you should be all this to say the Texans should not have let Laremy Tunsil go. Now they're a worse team. Remember what you think about Laremy Tunsil? The Texans are worse without him.
Yeah, you had no business getting rid of any competent offensive lineman.
So
That is
for
pre-
sure.
it's pretty
And you
good.
got rid of 2.
yeah.
Or it's just 1. Never mind.
Shaq Mason got cut, and then
That's the other one I'm thinking.
yeah,
Shaq Mason.
but he wasn't that good last year. But still, Texans are the
Shout out to the Texans.
look, man. This is how we've seen.
You better nail the draft.
You better don't ruin. You're gonna ruin quarterbacks like this. Bad offensive lines.
It is okay. Will you give them will you rethink this? So now they have 2 seconds and a first in one of the deepest, and the deepest position is O-line, D-line in this draft. If 2 out of the first 3 picks they take offensive linemen, are you like, okay, I see the plan here?
If they do that, yes.
Yeah, but you're hoping that you're as good
You
as
gotta
Tunsil.
hit. You gotta hit.
But they're hoping that you're as good as
If their-
Tunsil.
Yeah, if their plan
You
was
gotta
to
hit.
revamp the O line with young players in this draft and just hope they hit, then I'll understand.
Would you have given Laremy Tunsil another contract at
Yeah.
30, going into 32?
Yeah, tackles age a little better now.
Yeah,
You see a lot of top tackles older.
yeah.
So the penalties just don't scare you at all.
They do.
They do, but
it's
I think
just because of the
I
team.
think he's
They don't have a
he's
line.
outweighed by how good he is besides the penalties. Like he's a very good left tackle besides the
And
penalties.
it's just this team just doesn't have
Yeah, and it's the team too. Like
O line.
you don't have the leeway to get rid of linemen,
Yeah.
even if you don't even think he's top 5. He's
Yeah,
still a top.
I think that we're merging 2 conversations here, like the impact on the Commanders and the impact on the Texans. Like, those
Yeah.
we're 2 different conversations.
No, I'm saying for the Texans, like
Yeah.
you don't have the leeway to get
Yeah,
rid of
I'm
linemen.
with you there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like so
I'm
it's,
with you there.
It's that just.
I guess we'll have to see what they do.
We'll
in
have
the
to
draft.
see. They better draft the Laremy Tunsil type of player because they're still in a win now-ish, or did they reset? They're
The Texans,
not really getting the old guys.
you better win now. You don't. I mean, yeah, you have to. You have CJ Stroud on a rookie contract.
That's what I'm saying. Like
You have to go for it.
Keep Tunsil instead of the picks. If you win now,
I agree with you on the Texans
Yeah.
side.
yeah,
I am with you with the Texans side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you keep Laremy Tunsil. You have no business getting rid of competent linemen. I'm just thinking
You just think there's more to it.
No. I'm just thinking on the Commanders side. It's we have Trent Williams. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
He's a good tackle.
That's not what I agree. We're all in agreement. He's a good tackle. But like you have like a truly like elite top end. I don't know. I'm not there, but we'll see. We'll see. He's gonna get tested. Great defensive line play in the NFC East.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not so much in the AFC South. Anything else?
No. It's just
Any other fits you want to talk about, Andrew?
No, I think we covered most of it.
yeah, just wait on the Aaron Rodgers news. That's the
Waiting on Aaron Rodgers. Waiting on Cooper Kupp.
Russell Wilson. Yeah.
Russell Wilson. I
Yep.
think let's make quick predictions. I think Russell does go to Cleveland because I think he's going to start there,
Yeah.
and that's what he wants.
Russ should have stayed with Pittsburgh, but I don't think they want him back.
Right.
DK's
Well,
there.
I think Aaron's going to go to Pittsburgh. I think Aaron Rodgers got to go to Pittsburgh.
Does that move the needle for you?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a whole lot better than Russell Wilson was
He's
last
so
year.
much better than Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
He was good in New York last year.
Yeah, the offensive line isn't very good.
That's a problem, though.
Yeah.
That's a big problem.
Like, they're better, but they're not good.
You know what? The offensive line and no one Najee Harris. I mean,
And Najee Harris, you have less weapons. You've moved
But you
your
got DK Metcalf.
you've moved your money towards, and I would love to see, and it's the fit between.
Let me rethink that.
Hold on, the fit between Aaron Rodgers and their what's the OC?
In
Arthur Smith.
I don't.
God.
Aaron Rodgers, Arthur Smith. That's not gonna end well.
No.
Aaron Rodgers is not gonna be told what to do.
Nope.
Or told to run the ball, and as much as Arthur Smith wants,
He's
to run
going to
the
look
ball.
right at Arthur Smith and that ugly mustache and say, that's a
Say,
stupid ass plan.
Arthur, fuck you. I'm throwing it deep.
What? And I don't get it. I don't get the Steelers moving on from Justin Fields. I don't understand.
I don't understand either.
I don't,
Everyone hates
I
Justin
don't get
Fields.
it.
And watch him go out there with the Jets and have some nice moments. And
Yeah.
He won.
It just doesn't make any sense. They have nobody. They have nobody at quarterback.
I want to know what is the plan if you don't land Aaron Rodgers now?
panic.
You going Jackson Dart? Like who? Are you? There's no one else
If
left.
if Dart lasts that long,
You're gonna be forced to go back to Russell Wilson.
or you just draft like a Milrow or a Myers and hope it
Is
works.
there anyone else out there that I'm not?
Or maybe that this is finally
Kirk Cousins?
this is finally the year where they just
They kick
let's
those-
just tank and just save it for Arch Manning.
Then why make the DK Metcalf move?
Because he's still young enough. He'll be good
Yeah,
next
he's
year.
still that.
He's 28 next year.
He's still
Yeah.
young. But
God.
But you waste a TJ Watt year. You waste a Cam Hayward.
the best they
year.
could do besides getting a rookie quarterback, probably just go get one of the higher end backups and just hope for the best.
Like Gardner-Minshew.
Gardner
Hope
Minshew.
just see what you can do.
Yeah.
They're more Coltsy than we like to think. They just don't. They're not good at quarterback ever since Big
They
Ben.
better hope Justin Fields doesn't work out. They're gonna look really stupid.
They let Fields go, and if he takes
Is that what
off.
I said? Did I say Justin Fields?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Russell Wilson's Russell Wilson. I'm not gonna back Russell Wilson.
No,
I would have loved.
He
him.
flamed out harder than Sam Darnold did.
I would have been really excited if Fields went to
What about
the
if
Raiders.
Sam Darnold? I would have been excited.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should have after.
I'm
Sam
not
Darnold.
excited. The Seahawks are gonna be so bad.
Yeah.
I'm not excited to see him on the Seahawks
Yeah.
with one receiver.
But Sam Darnold with DK and Pickens and Freiermuth, it's nice.
I would have been. I mean, yeah. The whole Arthur Smith black cloud is a little bit discerning.
But the Aaron Rodgers Arthur Smith combo does not excite me.
All right, that's our show for today. Angels top 10 free agency trade fits as the dust settles here.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be no comments. I'm sure everyone is gonna agree with me.
Everyone agrees. It's a perfect list.
Yeah, Justin Fields, truthers will be mad at me. Yeah. A lot of teams are mad at me. But hey, look, a lot of movement. I love that there's so much movement. I love football.
We'll see you again next Monday with a brand new show. See you then. Bye.
Peace.